Hey all, welcome to Share Trek. This is Raj here. Today we are going to talk about Pacific Biosciences, as this share has done better than most of our other shares, and also it has provided a preview of Q4 2022 earnings. But before I get started, I just wanted to let you know that the painting out here, which I made for the celebration of our 2000 subscriber, has been won by Sandeep Chahal. And next, I'm going to show you a brief clip of the moment when we picked up Sandeep as the lucky winner. You can have a look at that, and you can also go to the live stream section of our homepage, and there you'll find the actual live stream in its entirety. Great, thanks. Okay, guys, so this is our great event for 2000 subscribers. I'm going to keep this short, maybe at the most 2 or 3 minutes, so you can always watch this later because you're not tuned in right now. So you can see behind me, that's the painting. Just going to show it to you. So this is what it looks like. So it's going to the winner today. And for this, I have invited my wife Hansa to come and help me out to pick up the lucky winner. And Hansa, can you join me?
Hi all.
Can you pick up a lucky winner? Please? Yeah, thank you.
You
can read.
Okay.
You can come closer to the...
Sure. And the winner is Sandeep Chahal. Sandeep, you're the lucky winner. You are, Raj.
Wonderful. With that said, let's get started. Welcome back, friends. PACB is expected to report its Q4 22 earnings on February 2. Here are some of the highlights of Q4 2022. But before we get into the numbers, let me take you to the price chart and show you what the price performance has been so far for PACB. Here we are in the TradingView platform, and we are looking at the price chart for PACB. And as you can see here, we had a cup and handle pattern. In one of our videos, I had projected that we are going to touch 11.20, and we did touch that, and we exceeded it. We came back, and then we exceeded it once again after breaking through this bear channel that we went into momentarily. I think PACB has done extremely well compared to all of our other shares. And if we were to just scroll back and have a look at its peak, which happened to be somewhere around 51.74 dollars. I think it was $53.74, and that peak happened to be on the 16th of February 2021. And if we were to compare it to the current price of 11.33, I think this share has fallen around 78%. So let me expand the screen for you, and I'll do that post-production. I'll expand it and show it to you. It's around 78.3% drop from its peak. And we can all agree that in February 2021, they didn't have the Osno and the Revio machines, which are selling really well. The Revio is doing very well. The Osno is yet to be released, but Revio sold around 76 as per their latest information. So PACB as a company is way superior to what it was on February 22nd February 2021. But its price is way lower than where it was. It's actually dropped around 78% from that point. So I definitely think that PACB is a coiled spring in one manner, that it can spring back up when the market sentiment turns around. But even now, it's performing way better than its peer group. So it's a pretty strong stock. It's looking pretty good on the charts as well. So with that said, let's go and have a look at the actual announcement from PACB. The first announcement from PACB is that it received orders for 76 Revio systems in its fourth quarter ended December 31, 2022. If you recollect, Revio is one of their new systems. Revio and Osno were introduced last year. Osno is still in the beta testing stage, almost ready to complete it. But Revio was released at that time, and Revio has sold 76. And I also believe that because of Revio, the sequel 2 slash 2E systems did not sell because it's a system. It's a syndrome where, for example, if Tesla was going to say, or let's say Apple was going to say that they're going to bring their next Apple iPhone, then 3 months running up to that announcement, there will be a drop in the sale of the existing iPhone, not because the quality is bad, but because for the same money they're going to get a superior product and the latest product. I think that's exactly what happened to Pacific Biosciences, and this should not put a damper in the market for sentiments of PACB, in my personal opinion, because despite making such a great sale, they did not do as well in terms of revenue for that quarter. You'd recollect from our earlier videos on PACB that in October 2022, Pacific Bio had announced 2 new sequencing platforms, and one of them was Revio and the other is Osno. While Revio is a revolutionary new long-read sequencing system designed to enable customers to dramatically scale their use of PacBio's hi-fi sequencing technology by providing them the ability to sequence up to 1,300 human whole genome sequences per year at less than, which works out to around less than $1,000 per genome. I think it's in the 900 plus range, but below 1,000. So it's a big improvement and a great scale of economy. While Osno is an innovative benchtop short-read DNA sequencing system that is expected to provide an extraordinary level of accuracy by utilizing Pacific Biosciences proprietary sequencing by binding SBB technologies. That is SBB stands for sequencing by binding, and it is designed to deliver industry-leading sensitivity and specificity for novel insight into oncology, disease research, and other applications. Pacific Bio has commenced its beta program for Osno in the 4th quarter of 2022, as we mentioned in our earlier videos. And the latest update is that a company called Cortiva AgriScience, which is one of their beta partners, said that they have been extremely impressed by Osno's levels of accuracy, and that this accuracy can open exciting new opportunities to transform agricultural biotechnology, specifically in areas like gene editing specificity analysis. And this company has come to us from an agricultural perspective, but there will be other beta testers in other areas. When we get their feedback, I'm expecting them to be equally good for other areas of application. The Revio system sells for $779K. They have sold 79 of those, so you can imagine the kind of revenue that's coming in. And the Osno is priced at $256K, so I'd expect it to sell way more systems of Osno, and that should also be bringing more revenue in the 1st quarter of 2023 for this year. And again, Pacific Bio has said that it expects to begin taking orders for Osno this quarter and start shipping by the end of the 2nd quarter of 2022. If this turns out to be as successful as Revio, then Pacific Bio will definitely have a great Q1 2023. The second point I would like to highlight from their press release is that they have a note of caution. That is that despite this performance, the 4th quarter revenue will decrease by 24% and come in at 27.3 million, and that will take the total revenue for 2022 to 128.2 million. Fortunately, on a year-to-year basis comparison for annual revenue, it's only a 2% drop as compared to previous years. But when you compare for the quarter of last year to the quarter of the year before that, the drop is significant. And as I mentioned, friends, we should not take it in a bad spirit, because the sales of Sequel 2 and 2E would have dropped because people are waiting to buy the Revio system instead of that. So that could be the reason why the revenue has fallen. And then again, the third point they have highlighted is that the consumable growth came in 24% higher in 2022. So that's again a very good improvement. And the consumable sales will also depend on the intensity of the pandemic. And even though we don't have the pandemic in the news, but the number of deaths are still high as compared to where they were before. So in the background, even though it's not on the news cycle, the pandemic is still providing some impetus to consumables growth. But when the pandemic dies out, the growth in the consumables will moderate a little bit. It will continue to grow, but it will moderate a little bit. Again, sales of Sequel 2 or 3 systems dropped 48 in the previous year, just as I mentioned, previous year quarter, to around 18. So Previous year, the same quarter, it was 48. Fourth quarter of 2021, it was at 48 units for Sequel 2 systems. And in fourth quarter of 2022, it just turned out to be 18. So there was a drop of 30 systems. So however, the installed base for the Sequel systems is around 512 units as of December 31, 2022, which is up from 374 in December 31, 2021. So that's a really good jump, and that also helps to provide a bottom for all the consumables purchases. So that's a good thing. Now let me come to the conclusions. I have read that, I have looked at the charts, price chart and the technicals and everything. So I still maintain, in conclusion, I would say that I still maintain that Pacific Bio is a great company. And I think it will harness the aggregate demand of genomics industry, as everyone needs genomic sequencers and associated consumables and software. Once PACB clients invest in PACB platform, it makes them give first preference to PACB as their workforce and workflow gets tuned to and more comfortable to work with these systems. So that's an element of stickiness in the business. And this is a great advantage of for PACB and also for other companies like Illumina, who work with a whole scalable suite of products. So all those companies who have got scalable suite of products in genomic sequencing will find a good deal of stickiness. But companies which have just got one system in the market and they don't have a scalable product, they are most likely to lose out in the long run, because customers will like to get more scalability in place, and they might go for the likes of PACB and Illumina. So that's the disadvantage for smaller players, but PACB has got a scalable suite, so it's going to do reasonably well. If we look at all other competitors in the watch list, PACB has done exceedingly well in our genomics watch list, and it's likely to pick up its stock price first when the trend begins to turn and optimism comes back into the market. So that's my opinion. We recently saw the stock form a cup and handle pattern, which I showed you on the charts. We successfully called out its peak target price, and the stock exceeded it. Right now, the news of the drop in Q4 2022 revenue may cause a bearishness in the sentiment when read along with 2% drop in year-over-year revenue. However, one has to look at how tough the economy is, and also keep in mind that PACB continues to innovate and introduce more and more effective systems into the market. It's not just sitting on its Sequel 1, Sequel 2 and Sequel 2E systems. It's doing a lot of work, a lot of pioneering work, and keeping on the cutting edge. So it's going to be great. And overall, it's a great stock. And like other great stocks, it's suffering mainly due to the poor market sentiment and a tough economy. So that's all from me for now, my friends. But I hope that those of you who are holding PACB continue to have a positive view of the company, and you have got profitable holdings in your portfolio. And I hope PACB brings you a lot of profits going forward. With that, I would like to end this video. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.